Hello, my name is John Soltfet. For my final report, I did a project on being a single mother. For this report, I researched what it takes to be a single parent, specifically a mother. I chose this mainly because one day I was at my daughter Emily's house, who is a mother, single mother of a 2-year-old, and she had 3 bags of garbage by her door, and I had asked her about this garbage, and she explained the difficulty of getting the garbage to the dumpster with a 2-year-old. And I had never even considered how something so simple a task can be such a chore when you're all alone with a small child. For the report, I managed pre-coronavirus lockdown. I managed to do a couple interviews with her and a friend of hers who is also a single mother, and then after the lockdown we did a couple of phone interviews. So my daughter and Samantha both made comments about how difficult even the smallest thing as the garbage or stopping to get gas or running into a store can be so time consuming when you have a small child with you. So in my first questions of the interview, I asked about their morning routines. My morning routine never takes more than 20 minutes, and I drive straight to work. And their morning routines were 2 hours minimum of getting themselves and their child ready, and then driving to a daycare and dropping the kid off, and then going to work. And I asked about their after work, where mine, I come home and relax. Theirs is to come home, pick up the kid, come home, and start household chores. And so there's just a lot more time spent than a couple, 2-parent family, or a single person. One of the other things I asked him was their attendance at work, and I was surprised that the one girl, Samantha, she had never missed a day at work, and she said maybe it's just luck, but I think it was probably she needed to be to work, and she made it to work. And my daughter Emily said she had missed work once in 2 years because her daughter had a fever and she couldn't take her to the daycare. Once the Corona, COVID-19 all took place, everything kind of, and I had asked my daughter how this was, and she said, well, it is even worse now because you can't, or wouldn't have wanted to in the beginning, take your child into the store, so then it became a matter of trying to find someone to watch her daughter, and then trying to scrape up enough money to buy a month's worth of food as to the 2 weeks worth of food. So she said it was stressful, the lockdown, and on top of that she was called an essential worker, so she had to keep working the whole time. So in the report of why valuing single parents is important, I have to admit that I had a very strong bias towards single mothers in the workplace, that I felt that they were going to be attendance issues, problems with them, because they were primary caregivers for children and were going to miss too much work. But through this project, I have learned that it's quite the opposite. That they are hardworking, self-motivated, and dedicated employees because of their situation. They get up and they get going. There's no showing up 5 minutes late. They have already been working for 2 hours and they're going to work for 3 more hours at the end of the day. I would make a recommendation for my workplace that in these management and hiring team meetings we're always pushing to hire farm kids, types of kids that grew up hardworking, doing chores, that have a great work ethic, and they're self-motivated. However, I try to explain in these meetings that the small family farm and farm kids really don't exist anymore. But I believe after this report that single parents could be the new farm kids, the self-motivated, hardworking, the people that we're looking for in the workplace. In conclusion, I have learned that I was completely wrong in my bias, and these are hardworking, dedicated workers, young people. And I would still like to know or learn how we can attract more of these single mothers, because they are truly a great asset to the workplace. Thank you.